Making a decision is difficult because it requires you to gather information, weigh the pros and cons, consider the possible outcomes, and do a variety of other time-consuming tasks. While some choices may appear immediately obvious, others may take considerable thought and analysis to arrive at a satisfactory conclusion. In today's video, we'll discuss some of the decisions that may be tough to make, but that you'll be glad you made in retrospect. One of the best decisions you can make is to prioritize your own happiness. Given everything going on in the world, choosing happiness may seem like a pipe dream. But the truth is that it is a choice you can make no matter what your circumstances. So, you won't be down and out or consumed by despair. Existing in a state of joy is a recipe for great dynamics in a relationship. Your upbeat attitude will make you popular with those in your immediate vicinity. Making this decision will improve your life in innumerable ways that you will never come to regret. The second is making up your mind to start taking better care of yourself. One of the most self-loving things you can do is to make this choice. Putting yourself first is not egotistical or self-centered. It means you understand that you need to invest in your mental, physical, and spiritual health. If you want to be the best version of yourself, the good news is that once you begin to value your own happiness and health, you will experience a dramatic improvement in both areas. You should congratulate yourself on being awesome and start taking better care of yourself right now. Try it out, you won't be sorry you did. Thirdly, put aside some of your earnings. Putting money away in a savings account is a decision you won't ever come to regret making. When the time comes for retirement, you'll be in excellent financial shape. If you can save a little bit of money every time you get paid, it will be like getting a bonus check on top of your regular paycheck, and you will be less likely to have to borrow money in an emergency, saving you a ton of money on interest. In addition to providing a safety net in the event of unforeseen costs, savings can speed up your progress toward your long-term financial goals. To that end, you should immediately begin setting aside a portion of each paycheck. The fourth piece of advice is to put your education first. You'll be able to take advantage of chances you wouldn't have had access to without making one of the most important investments you can in yourself. Learning something new, whether it's a language, a practical skill, an instrument, or even computer programming, is an excellent way to keep your mind active and sharp throughout your life. You should prioritize your life around your pursuit of knowledge. As an added bonus, education provides the groundwork for a prosperous professional life in any field. Perhaps you'll be more competitive if you have some sort of advanced education under your belt. There is no reason to put off furthering your education because of the obvious benefits it will bring. To further one's education, reading books is a great option. But reading books can be difficult and time-consuming, which can put some people off of it altogether. Many of us rarely have time to pick up a book and read because of our busy schedules, which is where condensed forms of information come in. The best nonfiction guides in the world are often condensed versions of longer works. Comparable to books, these summaries take the concept to an extreme. I always seem to have more reading material than I do time to read it all. Perhaps this is a problem for you as well. Also, the short form is a fantastic answer to that problem. You can probably find your favorite self-help, leadership, or financial book summarized and analyzed on short form. One of my favorite things about short form is the depth of their reading guides. Their guides are like having a conversation with someone who knows it so well that they actually do a better job of explaining it than the books themselves do at any level of depth. Anything that's too difficult to grasp is simplified by their approach. They provide context for the ideas presented in other texts. They provide interactive exercises and opportunities to interact with others to help you learn more about the subject. In addition, weekly book lists are released based on subscriber input. To review books is one of my favorite uses of the short form. This is something I've read before, but it always helps to jog my memory and bring back any important takeaways I may have forgotten. For instance, I was thrilled to discover the biography Made in America by Sam Walton, which is among my all-time favorites. I find that reading helps me remember details I may have forgotten, and I also enjoy using them as a primer on books I'm considering reading before I commit to reading them in full. Joining short form through my referral link will get you 5 days of free access and a 20% discount off an annual membership. .com/commonsense is the abbreviated form of the phrase. If you want to learn more about the benefits of reducing your alcohol intake, check out the link in the 5th paragraph of the description. It's difficult to imagine modern life without alcoholic beverages, despite the fact that drinking is still socially acceptable. However, similar to giving up smoking, cutting back on or giving up alcohol can have positive effects on your physical and mental health, relationships, and finances. You'll also gain energy, productivity, and better sleep. You can gain so many advantages from this choice that you might not even be aware of them all right now. The previous version of yourself. Putting in your best effort is the right choice because life is so much better when this issue is resolved. The payoff may be delayed, but in the long run, your efforts will be rewarded. Of course, nothing is guaranteed in this world, but neither is giving up before you've even tried. Give it your all in everything you do, whether it's your job, your relationship, or your hobby. Putting your all into a worthwhile endeavor is something you will never regret doing. Premature retirement planning is the 7th tip. Choosing this path is a brilliant move. First, you'll have more spare time, which is why investing early means your retirement fund has more time to grow, leveraging the power of compounding, so that you will have a larger nest egg to live off of in retirement. Finally, you may be able to retire earlier if you begin saving at a young age. In other words, you'll have more time to relax and enjoy your retirement. 8th, committing to quality time with loved ones. Spending time with loved ones requires giving up some of your leisure activities, such as browsing TikTok or watching sports on TV. Spending time with those you care about, however, increases the odds that you will have many stories worth telling. One way to show your appreciation for loved ones is to spend time with them. Life is short, and it's possible that you won't be able to see them as often as you'd like, no matter how busy your schedule gets. Therefore, it is always beneficial to pay them close attention when you do. Giving up tobacco use is 9th on the list. It's like how life improves greatly when you quit drinking and start not smoking. Quitting smoking is difficult, but the benefits, monetary savings, improved personal hygiene, and increased vitality, make it worthwhile. You will, most importantly, prevent future, severe health complications. Increasing your level of physical activity is always a good idea. Number 10. For optimal health, regular physical activity is required. It is never too late to start making healthy changes to your lifestyle, even if you've been inactive up until now. Beginning with basic activities like daily brisk walking or light jogging is an excellent place to start. Join a gym, take up an aerobics, dance, or swimming class if you find yourself with extra time. What's crucial is that you keep your body active on a regular basis. The risk of developing obesity-related health problems like stroke, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes can be lowered through regular exercise. Keeping your muscles and bones active helps you avoid injuries in the future. But that's not all. Exercise also helps alleviate stress by triggering the release of endorphins, which are neurotransmitters that make us feel good and improve our mood. There's no better time than now to start being more physically active. Number 11, being kind makes us happy. And even small acts of kindness have a big impact on the world. You could be too busy to donate your time at a local soup kitchen or too broke to give away millions to your favorite charity. A simple act of kindness, like smiling at a stranger, can brighten their day without costing a dime. Being selfless and giving to others is rewarding in ways you may never expect. Number 12. There's a common misunderstanding that if you say no to something, you're not willing to help out or aren't a team player, which brings us to tip. However, the reality is that people will start taking advantage of your good nature. If you give in to their requests too frequently, they'll know it's safe to ask for assistance, and you'll most likely provide it, no matter how much it goes against your interests. Knowing your limits and sticking to them are key in determining when to say no and when to say yes. Learn to say no more often without feeling guilty or pushy, as this is one of the best ways to stand up for yourself and advance in your career. That's all there is to it. Saying no can help you build better relationships with people because it shows that you are reliable. And trustworthy, not a pushover. Just be honest about your time commitments and boundaries and don't apologize. To prevent others from taking advantage of your good nature, you should make it clear that you will say no when it is warranted. Think carefully about whether or not a request for your assistance is going to be a major time commitment before agreeing to help out. We make decisions every day that affect how happy we are, and if you find that you're not as happy as you could be, it's time to start saying no and standing your ground. This is difficult for a lot of people because their heads are always racing with thoughts about how much they've screwed up in the past and how worried they are about the future. But the more time we spend fretting over what might go wrong in the future, the less time we have to actually live and enjoy the present moment. Though trying to stay present can be taxing at times, the rewards are well worth the effort. The sun rising and setting, time spent with loved ones, the sound of rain, and a stroll through nature are all great places to start. Living in the moment and savoring every second of it is the only way to truly live. A life consumed by thoughts of yesterday and tomorrow is a life wasted. There's no way to alter what has already happened, and the only way to change what will happen in the future is to make a difference in the here and now. Dedicate some time each day to contemplating the meaning of the present and counting your blessings. Currently, that is all we have. One of life's greatest pleasures is being fully present in the moment. As for point number 14, healthy eating, it's not a sin to eat well. It's a perk for your hard work. Making the conscious decision to fuel your body and mind with nutritious foods is a wonderful thing to do. When you're confident in how you look, you naturally feel confident. Don't cave into your desire for junk food. A few obvious benefits of fueling your body with healthy foods are increased energy, improved mental clarity, a bolstered immune system, and, in all likelihood, a reduced body mass index, and an improved physical appearance. There are some choices in life that may seem difficult or irrelevant at the time, but you'll be glad you made them in retrospect. Your life will be profoundly altered for the better as a result of the doors you've just opened. Alright, I appreciate you guys checking it out. Please let me know how much this video helped you out. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you'd like it and subscribe.